Welcome to Fastang 444. This was the first game of the day for me, and I am starting at one of my favorite locations. This is east of Teotihuacan. I call this the greenhouse area, and I park next to this red shed angled southeast. And if there is a drop behind me near the road, I will hear it. If there's one on the left, I will see it. And by angling southeast, if there is a drop on the other side of those greenhouses that are ahead, it would be just between the tiles that pop up. And when the game starts, I see a level 3 Porsche Macan on my left. So I will stay here. Actually, it will move to the closest point on a road when the game starts, and I will be facing east. The game always directs you east when you start the game, with the exception of, I found, starting at the thumb of the thumbs up fist, it will direct you west. That's the only location I've ever found that you're not facing east at the beginning. So there we go. Let's get off to a start here with this level 3 Porsche Macan. I say that, hopefully I get to it before someone else does. I've actually had that happen where someone took the drop right in front of me, and then they start chasing me and challenge me, eliminate me, but I wind up getting it in this case. And here's this car right near me, which is kind of what I described as happened to me. So I'm going to chase them and try and challenge them. I just missed it. I think I could have challenged them there, and they turned in the greenhouses, so off we go. I am right behind them. I should be able to catch them. But here comes someone the other direction that challenges them. And watch this. I will slow this down. It's always important to watch what direction the head-to-head is. And in this case, the one on the right is going the direction north, and the one on the left starts heading north as well. So keep that in mind, and that's when the head-to-head originates around this area. It varies. So I head over to this drop, and they wind up taking this level 6 aerial nomad right in front of me. I just missed it, so I will take this gap. I know to follow that ridge to this gap through the pyramid strip, and I am heading away from where the head-to-heads are heading. Hopefully they don't chase me, although I had a pretty good jump on them. They may not have been able to catch me. So I am using a strategy of going away from the progression of the game. So that head-to-head was heading north. Not really sure where the final arena will be yet, but I don't think it will be this direction. I am not sure. So looking around for drops. I'm not seeing anything, but I do see this gap between the trees. This is actually a danger sign jump within the game that I am aware of, so I will jump here, and I am outside of where the next arena is. And as I jump, I'll slow this down. I am looking around for drops. There's one in front of me and then one over on the left, so I will continue on this line over to this drop. I actually found some high-level drops here, but not this time. It is a level 3 Volvo, and this Volvo is the fastest level 3. So this was a good find. But now I need to try and find that other drop, and I have to use caution here so that I don't get caught outside of the arena for too long. That is going to be a factor, most definitely. Going to look at this drop, and hopefully it's worth it. Okay, it's over on the right there. I should have hopped on that dirt road that led almost right to it. I would have Just had to gone through a few trees, and I am flipping around. Fortunately, I didn't roll over and reset. And this is a great find. This is a level 6 Porsche 959. My favorite level 6 for off-road. I know many people prefer the Audi RS7. I prefer that for the road, and the Porsche 959 for off-road. And I am now outside of the arena. Let's see, I have roughly 1.5 seconds off of my timeout bar. And if I make the final showdown, I have to remember that. Okay, so you see where the leading edge of this arena and the next arena touch in the northeast? And the triangular shaped intersection is not within that. That tells me the final arena will be Arena 4 in the northeast. So it's good to keep that in mind and open up the map and see where the final arena will be, and that gives you a clue on where the head-to-heads will lead. So I'm going to start heading over towards the next arena and try and catch someone in a head-to-head, possibly going the wrong direction. There's a car over here. Let's see if I can't track them down. Engage in a head-to-head with them. I am gaining on them really quick, so I think they are in a low-level car on a car drop search, going towards this drop that's ahead. And we are in a head-to-head. It winds up being a level 1 Nissan Tsuru. And I knew the head-to-head would lead east. Because of where this head-to-head originated, it doesn't go all the way to the northeast. There are different patterns within each of these arenas, and as the arena shrinks, the pattern of the head-to-heads change. And it all depends on where the head-to-head originates. Get over here. I know that there is a dirt road that leads to this finish that parallels that paved road that has a bridge across the stream on the right there. And that bridge on the right there, get hung up on that. If you go over to that, there's no reason to go to that, but it's good to know when head-to-heads lead over to this area to avoid that bridge, unless you can get perfectly on that bridge, possibly lose a head-to-head around here. So let's get into this level 7 Ford Bronco, and I am going to head away from the progression of the game. My reasoning for that is, if everybody just continues to follow the direction their head-to-head ends in the progression of the game, you are potentially going up against higher level cars. There's that person that took that aerial nomad in front of me at the beginning of the game, and here's this level 7 Porsche Cayenne, and there was a great delay after I engaged in a head-to-head with them. Before it showed we were in a head-to-head, I thought about going back, and I'm glad I did not. So now this head-to-head is going to lead all the way to the edge of the arena, and as I'll slow this down. As I go by these two cars, there's a level 7 Bronco and a level 8 RJ Anderson that are engaged in a head-to-head, and I wanted to look at what they were in, because sometimes you can turn around and engage in head-to-heads with someone as they are leveling up, but they are going to be in a level 9, and if they are in a faster vehicle, I could potentially lose that head-to-head. So I am heading into the trees and leveling up. And what a great car. Look at this, the Nissan GT-R this has near level 10 speeds. So I actually could use this in the final showdown, but I would really like to get into 2 more head-to-heads and get into a level 10. So I'm heading over here, and a head-to-head that originates in this area will go south across that road that I was just in a head-to-head, and I catch this Chola in a head-to-head, and I'm certain they're spinning their wheels trying to change directions because the Chola does that. So off we go, and as I mentioned, it's not going to finish where that other head-to-head did because of where this head-to-head originated. Look at that. Mauricio Boga, a skilled player, is in this game in a Lamborghini Murcielago, level 8. Get over to this finish, get into a level 9. I'm going to head this direction away from the progression of the game. Volkswagen Beetle, great car. So I still need to get into one more head-to-head. Usually the final showdown heads west on the highway. That's the common direction if someone doesn't influence the finish. So this doesn't really have the high top speed that I would need. Actually, the Nissan GT-R has a higher top speed. So I am just going to drive around, and yes, that was a ghost drop. And please don't comment in my videos regarding ghost drops. I have a specific video for that. So if you would be so kind as to leave comments pertaining to that in the video I made on ghost drops. I know it's frustrating. I know everyone is dealing with it, but so my videos don't get off track, please leave those comments on that video. And that gamer tag that took that aerial nomad just got into a level 9, and they aren't engaged in head-to-heads very quickly. You can go back and forth on this road engaging in head-to-heads, and I decide to try and go towards this driver and get on the other side of them with momentum to engage in a head-to-head. And they are very skilled. They know exactly what I am trying to do, and they are trying to do the same thing. So a bit of a dance here. Going to try and chase them, and look, that gamer tag that I mentioned is engaging in head-to-heads real quick. They just won another head-to-head and got into a level 10 Brocky. So I am just going to try and full send it here, and I will slow this down. That car that I was chasing goes off to the left, but this driver is right in line of continuing on, and I decide to just go for it. This winds up being that gamer tag that took the aerial nomad right in front of me at the beginning of the game. And I waited a moment before I engaged in a head-to-head, and then we were on. And I did that to try and catch them off guard. Sometimes the head-to-head would go off to the right, and they wind up going off-road into the trees. So I'm going to be able to beat them here. And the arena is shrinking into the final arena, so I will take this Brocky and use it in the final showdown. It actually offers me a Funko, or I can take the Brocky. I choose to take the Brocky. They both are a bit squirrely at high speeds and turns, but I prefer the Brocky. This is actually the first time I see who is going to be in the final showdown. Here's this level 5 Ford Focus RS. Then the skilled player, Maurici Boga, in a level 8 Lamborghini Murcielago.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown!
I'll pause this here. The final showdown is in 26 seconds, and I'll insert these two maps. This one shows where I like to leave from. This is Arena 4. The range of time to leave is 26 to 29 seconds, and I am at 26 seconds. So I need to leave now, but I also need to keep in mind I have roughly 1.5 seconds expired off my timeout bar. As I mentioned, 1.5 seconds expired on my timeout bar. When I exit, it does show final race starts in 0 seconds. It actually winds up being, I was about 1.5 seconds. So look at my timeout bar. There is a small sliver, a millisecond remaining. And when the finish point appears, it is south. So I think someone influenced the finish, possibly that level 5 Ford Focus RS. And when I get to here, I can see all the bright lights around Ekbalem. So the finish is in Ekbalem. And I know there's a gap over here somewhere between the trees I'm trying to get to. Oh, it's on the left. So I land and try and turn, and in doing so, spin out. I should have just let my Rocky land straight and then turn. Now I've lost a lot of the lead, so I need to really focus here and get through the trees. And there is an entrance into Ekbalem. It's on this road farther to the right that I can see now on the mini map. So I need to get over to this road. Don't hit anything. There are some buildings around this intersection ahead, so I'll go left of those narrowly. Get into this entrance here. Where is this finish? Is it up across the ruins? It is. This is a rare finish here. So I'll slow down so I don't roll over and reset. Get over to the finish. What a great first game of the day.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video along with all of my videos. And if you've been enjoying my channel, please subscribe. Just click that link on the bottom right.